Hello YouTube, welcome. For those of you who are new to me, this is okay, because this is a new way of me showing videos, of course. From now on, when I do deck profiles, in the future, I'm going to have them on my nice, fancy, tag duel, table. But without further ado, let's get to the main focus of the video, which is showing you a deck that gave me something that kicked, something off of my bucket list. So to repeat that, I had something on my bucket list that I wanted to kick off for a very long time, and finally on September 10th, 2011, I finally did it. I won my very first tournament of anything. So, I'll explain to you everything here. The deck type is of course Samurai, because Samurai are my heart and soul. I've used them ever since they first come out, and they've been trusted buddies ever since. So, without further ado, let's get started. So first off, you can't have a deck without monsters. So, let's take a look at our monsters here. We've got one Inishi, Shien's Chancellor, big special summon, and big taking care of anything that's scary. Two Elders, basically Cyber Dragon for 6 Samurais, and huge help for X-Seeding and Synchro Summoning. Gores, huge help for saving my can in every single duel that I was in. So my recommendation to anyone who's new to the game, get a Gores if you can, because they're huge help. Not one, not two, but 3 Grandmaster, huge help for special summoning and whatnot, and has been a great help in counters and that. One Great Shogun, I'm going to say it multiple times as I've done in my takes here of this. I only run 1. A lot of people say 2 and 3. I've tested that already. It's too much, because when I do actually pull a Shien, most of the time, if I am running 2 or 3, I'm not able to special summon him. So, 1, please. And of course, the whole ability of locking down the opponent and combining him with the Synchro is the biggest lock in history. 2 Kagemusha, main tuner of the deck, and help bring out the legendary Shien. 1 Samurai Inishi, he's a huge help for getting rid of Synchros and that. 2 Kageki, he's the main engine of the deck. He helps special summon any Samurai from my hand, except of course Grandmaster, and help bring out all of those big plays of taking out back rows, taking out monsters, generating counters, Synchro Summoning, X-Seeding, everything. So, main engine. 1 Kizan, he's okay, he did help with counters and that, but that's about it. He's a good card too. Funny fact too, I traded for him 2 seconds before they actually posted stuff. So, here we go. 2 Mizuho, she's a great help for getting rid of monsters and perfect for X-Seeding. 1 Plague Spreader, didn't use him much, but he's a backup in case Kagemusha fails me. 2 Airo, he's been my favorite Samurai from the beginning, and I haven't had him leave my deck since. 1 Kaman, he's helpful in Black Feathers and anything else that uses continuous spells and traps. 2 Yaichi, I'm sorry. Great for getting rid of Setback Row, and is another favorite of mine. Kaman is also a favorite too. And Zanji, 2 of them. He's a huge help for getting rid of big hits and everything else. And perfect thing to know for anybody, if he's summoned and you've got another Samurai out, if you have him attack a big threat and you let him die, not as another Samurai in his place, you'll destroy it right away. So next up, of course, the main focus of a lot of help in your main phase, and that is spells. So we'll go through the spells here. 1 Book of Moon, obviously to help out with anything outside of your turn and taking care of monsters that are big. Dark Hole, staple, getting rid of all those monsters that are pests. 1 gateway, obviously to get up all of the samurais to your hand once you get enough counters. And if you want to, power them up or revive Shien from your grave or anything else. Heavy Storm, staple for getting rid of back rows and magic and traps. 1 Monster Reborn, staple and a huge help in samurais because you can special summon like crazy. 1 MST, I figured since I'm using 1 Heavy Storm and 2 Yaichi, I don't need a whole lot of other spell and trap card destruction. But if I think about it later, I might add some later to the deck, but we'll see. 1 Reinforcement of the Army, huge help for searching out almost any samurai in my deck. 1 Shien Smoke Signal. Funny thing, I was only running 1 before the September 2011 list, so this didn't affect me much. So this is pretty cool, and it helps search out Kageki and anything else that might be a huge help. 2 Six Samurai United, huge draw, the only draw engine of the deck, and most of the time I draw stuff that I need. 1 Six Strike Triple Impact, I'm actually going to take this out for this, Shien's Dojo, which I'm hoping is going to help out. But to talk about this, most of the time when I did play it, I didn't destroy a whole lot, so it didn't have a huge of an epic impact. So I'm going to hopefully see what Shien's Dojo can do for me. Next up, Smash and Ground. Obviously, if I don't have Zanji or Mizuho, I've got that for backup. Swords, 1 to protect, of course, and I don't need any more than that. And, of course, 1 Temple to end it off. A lot of people don't see that coming when I do play it, and it powers down a lot of my enemy monsters, so that way I can pull off a lot more big hits. So, in order to protect yourself in the game, you need traps. So, I'm going to show you my traps. I've got 1 Bottomless trap hole. Huge help with a lot of monsters these days. 1 Call of the Haunted. I figured 2's a little bit much for the back rows and that, so 1's enough. 2 Dimensional Prism. Huge protection, better than Sakuretsu, so it helps save me there. 1 Double-Edged Sword Technique to special summon any monsters that I've lost in battle or anything. 1 Mirror Force, staple, and this one anyway, has been with me since the beginning, which is 10 years ago. That's when I started, about 10 years ago, today, or more. Musakani Magatama, which is a huge help for protecting my monsters from destruction and that. And then finally, we have 1 Solemn Warning. I don't have enough money to go out and get more, so 1 is enough, and 1 is fairly decent. I pulled it out of the pack, so that's why I've got it. Now, most of you are probably wondering what my extra deck is like. Well, you'll have to see. I don't use a whole lot of the stuff. The main ones I use are, of course, Shien and 1 of the X-Seeds. But either way, I'll go through this quick because I don't have a whole lot of time left on the video. So, very quick and very brief. I only have 1 copy of every card in here, so I'll just say the name and go from there. AOJ Catastor, he's pretty much a staple. AOJ Lightgazer, since I figured there's Lightsworn people out there, he's a perfect power-up in that. Ancient Fairy Dragon, special summons my samurais if I need to, and gets out Temple, and heals me. Black Rose Dragon, staple for nuking the field. Brionic, staple for bouncing. Colossal, staple for samurais, because he's a big stick. Gaia Knight, staple because he's a warrior to power up for Colossal. Grenosaurus, he's the main X-Seed that I bring out, and is a huge burn, and real easy to summon with samurais. Legendary Shien, I got this right after the September 2011 ban list. Friend figured since I'm so destined to the samurai, he would trade his to me. So now I have it, and I'm being able to swamp the competition, which is very nice. Lightning Warrior, staple for Colossal and Burn Effect, plus he's cool. Utopia, or Hope as I like to call him. Red Demon's Dragon, or Red Dragon Archfiend, staple. Scrap Archfiend, kind of a staple, just average. Stardust, staple. And X-Saber Wayne, staple for Colossal and special summoning Samurais if I want. And finally, we have the side deck. This is to take a look at anything that I want to protect myself in the next duel for. 1 Concentrated Light, obviously for Darks. 2 DD Crow, the card that I side the most, because a lot of people are graveyard heavy. 2 Gundari, perfect for Synchros. He's basically a Grand Mole. Light and Darkness Dragon. When I did side him, I didn't use him much, but I have him as a backup, because I figured, hey, people are using a lot of stuff that's deadly. He'll help negate them and that. 2 Corridor of Agony, Gladiator Beasts. Don't know if I'll run into them, but I have them just in case. System down, Mech Lords and Machina, if I run into them. Chivalry, for Gladiators, of course. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, for those pesky dark decks. And 2 Tuner's Scheme, for those pesky Synchros that I might run into. Okay, so that's the tournament winning deck. I hope you all like it. If you have any suggestions, so long as they're not like too over the top for me, put them in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe if you can. I am going to put out some more deck videos later on, when I have the time, of course. And have a good day.